Hello, I'm Dylan, and this is Psych for Psych. Today we're going to be discussing 3 strange facts about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a severe and debilitating mental disorder that affects about 1.1% of the population and is characterized by hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking. Schizophrenia causes a breakdown in people's ability to accurately perceive reality, and it often requires lifelong pharmacological treatment to manage its symptoms. Schizophrenia stands out from other mental disorders because of its bizarre symptoms and effects. Now, let's jump into it. Catatonia. You might think that schizophrenia only causes psychological effects, but there's also physical effects. Catatonia is a set of symptoms that's prevalent in about 10% of people with schizophrenia, and it affects movement and speech. Subtypes of catatonia include stupor, which is a state of being close to unconscious. Catalepsy, which is a trance or a seizure where the body stiffens and consciousness is lost. Wavy flexibility. This is where a body part gets stuck in a position that another person put it in. Mutism, which is a lack of verbal response. Negativism, which is the lack of response to a stimuli or an instruction. Posturing, holding a position that fights gravity. Mannerism, which is odd or exaggerated movements. Stereotypy, which is repetitive movements for no reason. Grimacing, which is contorted facial movements. Echolalia, which is the meaningless repetition of a word someone else said. Echopraxia, which is the meaningless repetition of another person's movement. Catatonia also causes agitation without any reason. Cigarette smoking. Substance use disorder is prevalent with those who have schizophrenia, but interestingly, cigarette smoking in particular is 3 times more prevalent in those who have schizophrenia than in the general population. Neurological research on this phenomenon has uncovered a possible reason why that is. Nicotine appears to help normalize some of the cognitive and sensory symptoms associated with schizophrenia. With that being said, smoking cigarettes seems to have a medicinal effect. Cigarettes seem to have a higher incentive value to those with schizophrenia than in the general population. This has made cigarettes an effective reward for desirable behavior if reinforced regularly. Anosognosia. The term anosognosia is used to describe the lack of insight into one's condition. Around 57 to 98% of people with schizophrenia have some degree of anosognosia. People affected by this often believe that their hallucinations and delusions are actually real. This can be particularly terrifying if someone believes they're being attacked or sought after. Anosognosia can also cause people with schizophrenia to refuse medication because they believe that there's nothing wrong with their mental condition. It is important to keep in mind that schizophrenia is a very serious mental disorder and it has a lot of negative stigma and misapprehensions about it. This disorder often causes people to become homeless, isolated from society, and suicide is very prevalent. If you found this video valuable, please consider subscribing or dropping a like. Thank you for watching. I'm Dylan, and this is Psyched for Psych.